I serve a far nobler cause than mere profit. Just like my brothers.
But there are herbs, mixtures, and extracts. My guards are proof of this. They were madmen before I found and freed them from the prisons of their own minds.
Do they strike you as proper slaves? Unfit for even the most menial tasks? No. I took them not to sell, but to save. And yet you'd kill us all. For no other reason than it was asked of you.
Everything I did to prepare them for the new world. Stole their food? No. I took possession so that when the lean times came, it might be rationed properly.
How could I finance a war in service to the same god that calls me an abomination?
Not so innocent. Dissident voices cut deep as steel. They disrupt order. In this, I do agree with the Brotherhood.
Freed it, you fool, from the tyranny of faith.
Is it not ancient scrolls that inspire the Crusaders? That fill Salah ad-Din and his men with a sense of righteous fury? Their texts endanger others.
The only difference between your master and I is that he did not want to share.
Destroy the only thing capable of ending the Crusades and creating true peace? Never.
Hello and welcome back to our series on the Templar cause in Assassin's Creed. After discussing William of Bonfire last time, we're moving on to Abul Nuqoud. As with our other dives into this game, we will be talking about this character's backstory, their activities in the game, their motivations, and where they land when it comes to a judgment. With that out of the way, here we go. Abu Nuqoud was born in 1137, likely in the area players find them in Assassin's Creed. Not much is known about their rise to power in the city of Damascus, but by the time the Third Crusade comes along, Abul had become the de facto king of Damascus. They ruled over the merchants of the city and had access to its treasury. The city being run by the Saracens meant that Abul must have been aligned with Saladin for quite some time before the events of the game. However, because of their personal ambitions, Abul aligned himself with the Levantine Templars. It is this relationship that brings us to the events Altair witnesses. Players see quite a lot of Abul in the game, and to be honest, very little of it is flattering. We find Abul Nuqoud at a lavish party for the nobles of Damascus. This figure is known for their obsession with wealth, and from their perch in their very own castle in the middle of Damascus, they make a speech.
Welcome. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Please eat, drink, enjoy all the pleasures I have to offer. Take your time, I will wait. I trust everything is to your satisfaction. Good, good. It pleases me to see you all so happy. For these are dark days, my friends, and we must enjoy this bounty while we still can. War threatens to consume us all. Salah ad-Din bravely fights for what he believes in, and you are always there to support him without question. It is your generosity that allows his campaign to continue. So, I propose a toast then, to you, my dear friends, who have brought us to where we are today. May you be given everything you deserve for it. Such kindness! I didn't think it in you! You, who have been so quick to judge me, and so cruelly. Oh, do not feign ignorance. Do you take me for a fool? That I have not heard the words you whisper behind my back. Well, I have, and I fear I can never forget. But this is not why I called you here tonight, no. I wish to speak more of this war, and your part in it. You give up your coin quick as can be, knowing all too well it buys the deaths of thousands. You don't even know why we fight. The sanctity of the Holy Land, you'll say, or the evil inclination of our enemies. But these are lies you tell yourselves. No. All this suffering is born of fear and hate. It bothers you that they are different, just as it bothers you that I am different. Compassion, mercy, tolerance. These words mean nothing to any of you. Mean nothing to those infidel invaders who ravage our land in search of gold and glory. And so I say, enough! I've pledged myself to another cause. One that will bring about a new world in which all people might live side by side in peace. A pity none of you will live to see it. Kill anyone who tries to escape.
Now let's talk about motives. What draws Abul and the Templars together? The selling point with Abul, as with a lot of other Templars, is the hatred for the status quo. The city of Damascus in 1191 isn't known for being a haven of tolerance, and Abul seems to check a lot of the boxes that might provoke people of this time. On top of this, Abul has become disgusted with the Third Crusade and both of its major combatants. The Crusader army is filled with the same people whom they hate in their own city. Both forces appear to Abul as not having the best interest of the Holy Land at heart, and if either one wins, then Abul will remain chastised and looked down upon by society for their look and their actions. The Templars' idea for a post-victory Holy Land is one in which all people are rebalanced and treated similarly. Though this also likely means the subjugation of its people, Abul is likely imagining that this means tolerance and respect for Abul, and peace at last in the Holy Land. The Templars look upon Abul and see someone in the perfect position. They can be a financer for the entire Templar plan, and they are sympathetic to the cause. Tamir brings weapons, Talal brings people, Garnier brainwashes them, William trains them all, and now Abul pays for it all. By taking money from the Damascus treasury, the Templars are now able to put things further into motion. Now, let's hear about Abul's defense.
Their words can no longer do harm.
Why have you done this?
You stole money from those you claim to lead, sent it away for some unknown purpose. I want to know where it's gone and why.
Look at me. My very nature is an affront to the people I ruled. And these noble robes did little more than to muffle their shouts of hate.
So this is about vengeance, then?
No, not vengeance, but my conscience. How could I finance a war in service to the same god that calls me an abomination?
If you do not serve Salah ad-Din's cause, then whose?
In time, you'll come to know them. I think perhaps you already do.
Then why hide? And why these dark deeds?
Is it so different from your own work? You take the lives of men and women, strong in the conviction that their death will improve the lots of those left behind. A minor evil for a greater good? We are the same.
No, we are nothing alike.
Ah, but I see it in your eyes. You doubt. You cannot stop us. We will have our new world.
An interesting conversation here, and one we should talk about. The first big moment here is Abul's insistence that this is not about revenge. That mass murder was not an act of revenge, but one that was required by his conscience. A strong claim, and one I personally don't believe. While Abul is motivated by his drive to fix the ills of society, he also made sure to comment on how hated he was by his own people. He wouldn't mention that if it wasn't at least part of his reasoning. But moreover, we see a trend we have noted along the way in this series. Abul no longer believes in his god. His religion now is the Templar cause and its father of understanding. Also similar to previous Templars, Abul turns it on Altair, suggesting that Altair's work and their own are one and the same. Motives and defense out of the way, let's talk about judgment. Where does Abul stand in all of this, and are any of his actions justifiable? Well, Abul has a lot of reasons to be upset with the state of things in 1191. This is not an era exactly known for understanding and tolerance. But that being said, Abul has decided to take their attempts at revolution too far. Though the nobility of Damascus isn't blameless in the conflict in the Holy Land, mass murder doesn't exactly match that crime. Though there needs to be change and peace is the best option, the Templars' path just costs too much. In conclusion, Abul falls into the usual Templar category of good intentions, but horrifying actions.
Ask it. So I will not ask. I demand you tell me what binds these men.
What you say is true. These men are connected by a blood oath not unlike our own.
Who are they?
Non nobis, domine non nobis.
Templars.
Now you see the true reach of Robert de Sade.